Okay, it's me again, and I've got all my gear laid out for our trip on the Pacific Crest Trail through Oregon that we start this Sunday. And for those of you who might have been interested in it, I'm just going to kind of go through a quick rundown of everything that I'll be taking here. I've got everything laid out on a Tyvek ground sheet, at least what would fit on it. That's kind of like house wrap that contractors and house builders use to moisture seal houses. So that's going to be the ground cloth for my tent. I'll probably trim that down because it's way too big currently. But I guess I'll just start over here on this end and kind of go around, starting with my pack, which is a ULA Circuit pack out of Ultralight Adventures in Logan, Utah, and I've got a little cheap camp seat that I'll strap to the top. My tent is a Big Agnes Super Scout Ultralight 2-person tent, and right now I've got a Climax Static V sleeping pad that I'll be using, and a pack cover also from Ultralight Adventures that I've got. 2 Lecky Thermalite poles, and then my sleeping bag. I didn't realize when I ordered it it was going to be so auburn looking, roll tide. But anyway, it's Enlightened Equipment Enigma quilt, weighs about 14.5 ounces. And if I can step over here, I'll go on to my cook set. I've got a little Reflectix cozy here that I will use to put my pot in, which is a GSI Soloist. And when I get my water boiling, I can put it in there and save fuel and keep that hot, covered up while my meals cook. It comes with a little 14-ounce cup that I can use to make coffee. I'll be using a MSR Pocket Rocket, and I've got a little titanium spork and a lighter. The Pocket Rocket uses a little canister isobutane fuel. I'm also taking along a little small beer can alcohol stove that I've made. It only weighs 0.4 ounces, so I considered it kind of negligible in case I run into towns where I can't get canister fuel. I can ditch the Pocket Rocket and go with the alcohol stove, although I hope I don't have to do that. I've got a little foil windscreen over there, 50 feet of nylon rope that I'll be used to hang a bear bag, which I'm just using a Sea to Summit 13-liter bag that I'll put my food and things in to hang at night if I have to hang a bear bag. For my water filtration, I'm using the ever popular Sawyer Squeeze. It's an inline filter. You can drink straight from it. It mates up with a smart water bottle, so you can screw the filter onto the smart water bottles and just squeeze the water through the filter. I've got a couple of bladders, 1.5 liter Evernew bladder, and then the 1 liter bladder that came with the Sawyer Squeeze. I'll be using some smart water bottles as well, and then toiletries, some hand sanitizer, toothpaste, Gold Bond, some Body Glide for anti-chafing, chapstick, and my little pink toothbrush, green spray bottle with some insect repellent and some floss, and then toilet paper and wet wipes, and then my first aid. I've got my prescription medicines, let's see, some anti-diarrhea pills, a little ibuprofen and some Aleve, a couple of alcohol wipes, just a few band-aids, and then I've got some duct tape, and you can't see it, but I've also got a needle in there that I've got wrapped up in case I need to sew things up, and the dental floss will combine is for my teeth and as thread if I needed to sew anything up. And then moving on to electronics, I've got charger cords here, a little tripod that I can mount my phone onto, and a little mount for the phone itself that screws into the tripod. I'm shooting everything with an iPhone 6, which I've got in my hand right now. Backup flashlight. I also got a little macro lens that I can snap onto my phone to take close-up pictures of flowers or bugs or whatever I might want to get a picture of. I've also got a little remote shutter release for the camera, and a little stick pick that goes on the end of my trekking poles that I can use to take selfies or take pictures of other folks or other things. I've got a Petzl Tika headlamp, a 10,000 milliamp Anchor charger that will charge my phone while I'm out on trail. I can get up to 3 charges off of that little charger there, charge my phone up. And then for when I'm in town or where I've got access to electricity, I've got a little wall charger that will plug my charge my phone and the charger at the same time in the little bag it goes in. Miscellaneous stuff. I've got a little journal here that I'm going to keep up with my adventures. A little emergency whistle, carabiner, a small Leatherman tool, and a Dijo knife. And I'm going to need another carabiner for my bear setup. And then I've got a little repair kit for sleeping bag and tent. A chamois cloth just to have around. A trowel. And then I've got a little waterproof bag to keep maps and information in. And then moving on to clothing. I think I'll start over here with just what I'm wearing typically on trail. Just a Columbia boonie hat, Columbia Silver Ridge long sleeve shirt, cheap running shorts, and then 2 pair of darn tough quarter length merino wool socks that I'll change out every day. I'll be wearing New Balance Leadville 3 trail runners, and then for camp shoes I've got my trusty pair of Luna sandals. I've also got a couple of bandanas that can serve multiple purposes: filtering water, wearing on your person, using as a sweat rag, or even other things. I've got a little backup shirt and pair of shorts to wear when I'm in town if I have to do laundry. And then for underwear, 2 pair of ex officio underwear, a light pair of gloves. I've got a little nylon wallet that I'm going to carry my personals in. Then for cooler weather, I've got a pair of Patagonia Capilene bottoms with a Patagonia Capilene top. They're both midweight. A little beanie. I've got a mosquito head net that I can wear if I need it. And then for rain gear, I've got a Marmot Precip jacket and a rain kilt, just basically a skirt instead of pants that I'll wear when it rains. And then I'm also carrying a Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisper jacket, super light puffy down jacket with a water resistant down, and it weighs 7.4 ounces, so it's really light. And that is my setup for the PCT, minus a couple of stuff sacks that I'll be putting all this in. Until next time, support your local food bank.